What's going on, everybody? Eric Bourassa here, and today I want to show you the first minute and a half of Big Distortion by Joe Satriani. Yeah, I probably should have done part 2 of Shape Shifting, but I got distracted with this one. I haven't done any of the crazy wiggly bits yet, but here's kind of the main things that are going on in this song. So first off, we're tuned down a half step, and we've got this little riff. First of all, I want to apologize for this terrible $40 amp that I'm playing through today, but you'll still hopefully get the gist of what's going on. All right, so we're gonna slide from 6 to 7 on string 6, and then add the power chord notes. Make sure you don't accidentally hit string 3. You want to go above that. Okay, and then we're going to do that slide again, and we're going to walk up this little scale. And then you do some muties. Okay, cool. So that's the main riff. And then in the verse, it goes, we're in the key of B major, B flat major, technically, tuned down a half step. But we, as guitar players, we like to just think regular, not shifting notes. So we're going to think of it as we're in the key of B major, even though we're really in B flat. And you've got your 1, your 4, your 5, and your 6 chords. Mostly just being played as power chords. So he's going to go from the 4 to the 5 to the 6 chord. Then to the 1. So he does that twice, and then the melody that's being played over top, it sounds like he's playing octaves, you know, like this. But I'm guessing that he's playing single notes and using his POG, one of his octave devices, or maybe his whammy. I can't quite tell what it is there. But if you have an effect that will allow you to double an octave down, I don't have mine here with me, but I would just play it as single notes like this. And then okay, so that lower octave part that's echoing this is done by a background guitar. But if I was going to be playing this live, I'd probably play those notes and then jump down to that. So again, that's let's try that again. I'm sorry, I don't have a back. It sounds way cooler. That's one of the things about Satriani is his melodies oftentimes sound cooler when you hear the chords being played with them. So I apologize. No backing track for this one today, but I can get that if that's something you desire or need. But I don't want to go crazy working on this song if I can just give you the basic elements of what you need, rather than waiting another month to give it to you. I can at least give you the main bits now. Okay, so then after this, the second half of that verse goes something like this. Okay, I only have 21 frets on this guitar that I happen to have here with me today, but you would theoretically probably play 21, or sorry, 23, 19, or sorry, 23, 21, 19, 21. Like that. Okay, I'm attempting to play a fret that's not actually there, but that's the end of the second verse. And then after that, we get into like our pre-chorus, which is going to go to F sharp, down to E, and then to our chorus. So he's really just playing with a B and a C sharp, 12 and 14 on the second string. It's basically those three notes. I'm not playing that exactly right, but that's the gist of. You can use your ear to kind of figure out. But it is definitely those three notes there. You're like, well, Eric, if I figure this out by ear, I wouldn't need this video, would I? But it's just listen for it for the rhythm of that. Okay, and then this part's pretty cool. It's like a throwback to some like 60s rock and pop music. It's okay, so there's, and that is just a 1, 4, 5 progression behind that. All the best pop writers just use those 4 chords and change up the order. So that's what Satriani's doing. You can tell he's really trying to restrict himself and say, I am writing a major key pop song, throwback to like the 60s. He's not letting himself do any weird, crazy things there. So when you're doing these thirds and fifths harmonies, there's a few different ways you could do them. That's how I was originally playing it. But this just felt better for me. I would use your index as a pivot between the major and the minor thirds. And he's sliding into all of those. Notice how my index stays and slides. So that's kind of what you want there. And then he goes back into the intro riff, and then we get this really cool bridge that I thought was just like, what are these weird chords he's doing? And I just racked my brain forever trying to figure these out, and I realized, oh, it's actually not that complicated. He's just jumping around. Okay, you can also, a slightly easier way to play that would be this. However, when you hear his recording, it's so big and fat and martially and not $35 crate amp sounding that it sounds cooler if you add this extra string for fatness. Okay, but it is a little bit harder to play doing it that way. So let me know if you guys have questions. If you want me to get into the next part, I'm debating on whether I should get into the Weedly Woos of this song, Big Distortion, or the one I did last week, Shape Shifting. So let me know which one you would prefer to see me dive deeper in next week. And that's the direction we will go. So as always, hope you guys have a great week. And as my great aunt Madison always says, rock and roll until you